Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we ask that everyone be seated, please. We're about to start in 32 minutes. And the responsibility that goes with it. So the academy traditionally since 1977 has been known as quite a serious society, and the ceremony tends to be that sober serious. So, and then even COVID-19, this is a bit more sober perhaps, but it's my pleasure to welcome you once again, and Dr. Olade, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Academy of Science and trust that we'll have Medal Award Committee, in the person of Professor Gabriel Oumala, and skip because I'll come back to the president and hand over to him afterwards. But after the president, I have the president-elect. So come January, we have the first female president of the academy since inception, in the person of Professor and lastly, I have the public affairs secretary of the academy, Professor Olatunde Parowe. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hand over to the president of the Nigerian Academy of Science, distinguished geologist, Professor Moscow Onoha Affairs.
I hope the echo will now die down. Please, whoever is responsible has to see that we don't have this microphone making this unnecessary sound. I'm sure it's not a very difficult thing to do. Past presidents of the Academy of Science and their quiet few years past from past President Oumala, who has been introduced, who is on the head table. Distinguished Professor Yevida Bofe, past president of the Academy, is here. Fellows of the Academy of Science who are here, and there are people we like to gather at a time like this. And I'm particularly pleased to see Professor Abubakar Kaoje, FAS, former Minister of Science and Technology, who is also among us here. Not that I'm recognizing fellows who are ex-this or ex-that, but it's just an opportunity. I particularly want to welcome the people we are going to induct today and their families. You will have a lot of time to know about them, what they did, and why they are sitting where they are sitting. I'd like to apologize that we have no choice but to have this ceremony short and swift. This is being viewed from beyond this hall. It just has to be, so people are seeing you from many places afar. And that's the only way we can do it at a time like this. Ordinarily, this hall would have been so full, and one or two more people come in, because I can see a few empty chairs. We would have no option but to keep those who are outside out until we finish, because we want to make sure, as the executive secretary said, that we display the minimum time necessary to do the things we need to do, so that many of you can go on again and catch up with the rest of their lives for the day. But it's a very good day. It's a good day for science and technology in Nigeria. And I welcome all of you who have come here to be part of it. You've been told about the Nigerian Academy of Science. You will know a little bit more about the award we have, and somebody will give us a talk, just a snippet from what he did to get the prize. It's not about money, but it's about effort, about science, about contribution. I'm so proud of the kind of science that is coming from this country even at a time when things are not the best. There are also some aspects that we all lament and hope it will end like the long closure of schools, which of course will obviously have an adverse effect on the quality of science and the production for the year. But let's celebrate those who've taken some time to work, who've contributed to knowledge, who've excelled in their fields of endeavor in science, all round, from medicine to engineering to basic or applied science. They're all here. A few of them going to be inducted into this distinguished fellowship of the Academy. It's my honor and privilege to welcome all of you and to ask you to sit back and hope that you will not regret that you spent maybe 1.5 hours with us today. Welcome to the 2020 induction ceremony and 2019 prize award of the NAS Nigerian Academy of Science Gold Medal Science. Thank you very much for that.
Another round of applause for this. So very right, we'll start off with the award of the Gold Medal of Science, and it's my pleasure to invite the past president of the Academy, who is the chairperson of the prize committee, in the person of Professor Gabriel Ogumola. A round of applause, please.
The President, Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Monso next year. Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ono. Distinguished Fellows of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Chairman and members of the jury of the NAS Gold Medal Prize, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The President has introduced this prize, but I'll just say very briefly about it. It is managed, it is regulated exactly as the Nobel Prize is regulated. Nominations are made, nominations are sent to the jury. The jury will assess this candidates meticulously, and the report of the jury is sent to the science committee that will present it to council, and the entire council voted on it, and the recipient becomes the accepted prize winner of the year. It is my pleasure to come before you to perform that exercise for today. Public presentation of the winner of the NAS Gold Medal Prize for the Physical Sciences. The Gold Medal Prize was instituted by the Nigerian Academy of Science in 2016 to be awarded to deserving Nigerian scientists who have made significant achievements in science. Of national relevance and global resonance. The award is to be made annually, alternating between the life sciences and the physical sciences. The Nigerian Academy of Science made a call for nomination for the 21 NAS Gold Medal Prize for Nigerian scientists in the physical sciences in 2019. Entries were received and evaluated by a jury in the physical sciences, chaired by past President Professor Oyi Ibida of the Nigerian Academy of Science. After a due process of evaluation by the physical science jury, the Council of Nigerian Academy of Science has approved the recommendation of the NAS Science Prize Committee for the award of the 2019 NAS Gold Medal Prize in Physical Science. The NAS Science Prize Committee on February 6, 2020, was pleased to receive the approval of Council of the Nigerian Academy of Science and duly announced to the general public and the science community the winner of the 2019 Gold Medal Prize in the Physical Sciences in the person of Professor Olubenga Bello, a professor in the Department of Chemistry of Ladoke Akintola University of Ogbomoso. Professor Olubenga Bello's work was joined by the jury of the Physical Sciences to be focused on utilizing absorption technology in extracting different dyes from wastewater. This process claimed to be of a simple design, inexpensive, and multifunctional. Professor Olubenga Bello has used the absorption technology above in extracting traces of ibuprofen, an anti-inflammatory drug commonly used in Nigeria, and different dyes from wastewater. His research aims at highlighting the value of utilizing abundant agro-waste materials in purifying dye-stained water from industrial and domestic environment. Therefore, the research has been regarded to be of great relevance to the mitigation and prevention of environmental degradation in Nigeria due to the increase in the number of industries who are using discharging accidentally spilled chemicals and effluent that could pollute water body waters within local communities. I have the pleasure and honor to present to the public for the presentation of the award on behalf of the Nigerian Academy of Science, the winner of the 2019 Gold Medal Prize for the Physical Sciences, Professor Olubenga Bello of Ladoke Akintola University of Science and Technology. I now cordially invite him to present a formal lecture on his research achievement, which has earned him the NAS Gold Medal Prize for 2019 in the Physical Sciences. The 2019 Gold Medal Prize in the Physical Science Award is made up of a certificate, a plaque, and a post that will thereafter, after this lecture, be presented by the President of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Monso Anwar, to Professor Olubenga Bello for his achievement. Professor Olubenga, congratulations. You have the floor to address the distinguished fellows of the Nigerian Academy of Science, the public, and this very distinguished audience of notable in the city, in the city of Abuja. And luckily, we have the Honorable Minister of Science,
I, Lawrence, hereby solemnly promise to promote and disseminate I, Lawrence, Ikechukwu Ezemonye, hereby solemnly promise
Ladies and gentlemen, by the powers conferred on me, I formally admit you as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations. And because of COVID, we will just do it that way all like this. Congratulations. Yeah, please. Sorry. You know you are the first person. Yes, you are. Congratulations. As a leader.
President, the President, distinguished fellows, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to call upon Professor Ibrahim Gaba to be Professor Ibrahim Gaba. Professor Ibrahim Gaba obtained his bachelor's and master's degrees in geology from the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria and his doctorate degree from Imperial College London, specializing in economic geology. He has published many peer-reviewed articles in leading international and local journals. He found African mesothermal gold mineralized zone for the belt of western Nigeria. Apart from his pioneering work on the characteristics and origin of Nigerian gold deposits, his regional scale studies on gold and rare pegmatites and mineralization across Nigeria succeeded in further constraining the origin of other mineralization system up to a geotonic episode of the late Pan-African about 500 millennium event. These findings have found Nigerian gold deposit in line with the most acceptable hypothesis of the origin and mineralization system, which now serves as a guide to the base metal exploration industry. Professor Gaba, until more recently, the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, he was Director General of Nigerian Mining Cadastre, Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, Abuja. He is a fellow of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, Nigerian Society of Mining Engineers, and Material Society of Nigeria. Professor Gaba is today widely credited for spearheading the development and implementation of mining cadastral system in Nigeria. I have the honor to present President Professor Gaba to be inducted as a fellow Nigerian Academy of Science.
Thank you. I, Professor Ibrahim Gaba, hereby solemnly promise to promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the Academy according to the statutes and bylaws.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the powers conferred on me, I formally admit you as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations. And as a sign of that, here is your congratulations. Congratulations.
We are in a new normal time. And because of this, many things are done not just by physical contact, but by technology. And as Nigerian Academy of Science, we cannot do without technology. And to demonstrate this today, one of our fellows, probably one of our inductees, will be inducted online. I call on Professor Grace Olusola Botosho. Okay. Professor Grace Olusola Botosho is an outstanding molecular scientist. Her BTA, written with profound capability featuring a comprehensive list of honors and international recognition. She has won many grants in support of our research efforts. Professor Botosho's major thrust over the years has been to address different aspects of malaria research, ranging from molecular, genetic, therapeutic, and drug behavior, as well as drug resistance. Professor Botosho has demonstrated a robust capacity for different areas, for an array of research in malariology. And she has been able to work in this for herself in this area. It is evident from her work that she has made significant contribution to the world of research in the area of malariology. It is in recognition of this scientific achievement that I present Professor Grace Olusola Botosho to the President, Nigerian Academy of Science, to induct her as a fellow.
Professor Botosho, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'd like to hear your voice so that you can repeat after me what I said. Can you speak the audio? Let's hope the audio is okay.
Hello, Professor Botosho, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you, but not very clearly, sir.
Right now. Okay, good. Now you repeat after me.
All right, sir.
And your name. Okay?
Yes, sir. I, Professor Grace Olusola Botosho,
hereby solemnly promise
hereby solemnly promise
to promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the academy according to the statutes and bylaws. Thank you very much. Because we cannot rope you. We have your robe, we have your flag. Oh, she has it there. Okay, you can wait. Okay, they sent you a robe, all right.
okay, I have a robe here.
Okay, go and wait. I want to see you wait. If somebody can help you. Maybe somebody can help you wait. Yeah, because we knew she wouldn't be here, so we'll make sure the rope reached her. Yeah. And your cap? Right. And it only remains at the Secretariat at the appropriate time you will sign where everybody year after year clear signs. You put your own there. We have your signature already, electronically.
Thank you very
So, by
much.
the power conferred on me, I formally admit you as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
The next person to be inducted is Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladipo. Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladipo trained at the University of Ilorin, obtaining a PhD in 1997. She is a Marshall alumnus to the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and excellent professor to the University of Cape Coast in 2016. She has held a number of administrative positions. The widespread incidence of iron deficiency anemia and defective lipid nutrition among the populace instigated the focus of our research effort. Based on this, she studied the implications of the deficiencies of both and established that deficiency of iron alone significantly affected the tissue levels of other materials. She further showed that the effect of deficiencies of both iron and lipids are synergistic rather than additive. She also identified that many foods that are rich in iron are also rich in essential fatty acids, and thereafter identified a number of indigenous plants with anti-anemic potential. Professor Oladipo has mentored several graduate students, published over 100 peer-reviewed journal articles, and delivered keynote and lead papers at different fora, and attracted many research grants to her university. She is currently a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. It is in recognition of this scientific achievement that I present Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladipo to the President Nigerian Academy of Science to be inducted as a fellow.
I, Adenike Temidayo Oladipo, hereby solemnly promise to promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the academy according to its statutes and bylaws.
I formally admit you, Professor Adenike Oladipo, as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations.
President, Academy of Science, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege to call on Dr. Obunaya on to be inducted. Dr. Obunaya on graduated with first class honors in chemical engineering in 1976 from the University of Lagos. And we have passed the first class. And in 1980, earned a PhD degree in chemical engineering at the University of California, Berkeley in USA. He did extensive work on co-liquefaction of synthetic fuel, showing that reaction temperature and hydrogen addition have substantial effects on the chemical stability of the reasparity, that is the pre-dissoluble but totally insoluble, and their extractability, which is depending on the soluble and insoluble toluene. Working with zinc chlorine chloride methanol system, he demonstrated that it was possible to produce synthetic fuel comparable with crude oil. Addition of finely powdered metallic zinc to the catalytic system resulted in nearly 50% increase in the yield of oils through conversion of reasparity. Dr. Ono's work on the use of local raw materials for industrial purposes demonstrated that heavy metal ion could be removed from water using cation exchange resins produced from corn cobs and red onion skin, that is aluminum separ, which are agricultural waste. The work was later extended to crude oil removal from water surfaces using corn cobs as absorbent with great potential in tackling oil spillages. Another outcome of this research includes the use of red onion skin for the production of wood glues and adhesive for the manufacture of weather and oil-proof plywood and suitability of Nigerian kaolin clay as high dry opacity extenders in archive paint manufacturing. Dr. Onus holds 6 patents, likely for the production of industrial products from locally available raw materials. He was the pioneer head of the department, chemical engineering at the University of Port Harcourt. He also serves as the acting dean, faculty of engineering, and member of the governing council. He is a fellow of Nigerian Academy of Engineering and currently serves as the nation's Federal Minister of Science and Technology. Apart from this, he was the first executive governor of old Abia State. said to you, sir, Professor, Dr. Bunaya on to be inducted.
I, Ogunaya Onu, hereby solemnly promise to promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the academy according to its statutes and bylaws. By the power conferred on me, I formally admit you, Dr. Wodnayo, as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations. Congratulations.
The next person is Professor Obina Ongiwe. Professor Obina Ongiwe obtained the MBBS from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, the MSc in Health Economics from Chulalongkorn University, Thailand, and a PhD in Health Economics from LSETM, University of London. He also has several certificates in this postgraduate certificate in these areas. He was a postdoctoral fellow and visiting research fellow at LSTM. He is currently a professor of pharmacoeconomics stroke pharmacoepidemiology and health economics at the Departments of Pharmacology and Therapeutics and Health Administration and Management, UNF. He is the Director of Research at UNF. He has extensively collaborated with international agencies and served as a principal investigator or co-investigator on more than 30 research grants. He has reviewed hundreds of manuscripts for more than 25 journals. He has served as an external examiner for many universities across the globe. He has published over 230 papers in different journals, and this has influenced decision-making on drug quality for malaria in different continents. And he has also contributed to drug quality and control of communicable and non-communicable diseases. It is in recognition of this scientific achievement that I present Professor Obinna Onyewe to the President of Nigeria to be inducted as a Fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science by the President.
I, Obinna Onyewe, hereby solemnly promise to promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the Academy according to its statutes and bylaws. By the power conferred on me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I formally admit Professor Obinna Onyewe as a Fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations. And as a sign, here is the induction class.
Our next inductee is Professor Babatunde Lawal Salako. Professor Babatunde Lawal Salako graduated MBBS from the University of Ibadan in 1986. Following the NYSC, he proceeded to undertake the fellowship program of the West African Postgraduate Medical College, specializing in nephrology. The University of Ibadan and the University College Hospital offered him appointment as Lecturer 1 and Consultant Nephrologist, respectively, in 1994. By dint of hard work, he rose through the ranks to the grade of professor in 2006. Professor Salako is an astute clinician, competent and thoroughbred scientist with interest in hypertension and renal diseases. He has worked extensively on etiopathogenetic factors, epidemiology, and complications of hypertension, the silent killer. He is recognized, a recognized expert on hypertension and chronic renal diseases. In recognition of his work, he was elected fellow of the Royal Colleges of Physicians of Edinburgh and London. He is a member of the General Assembly of the
declare and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the academy according to its statutes and bylaws.
By the power conferred on me, I formally admit you, Professor Roberto, of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations, and as a sign of induction conducted today, I hand over this flag to you.
I invite Professor Latif Olatimegi Sani. Professor Latif Olatimegi Sani graduated from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, in 1990. He obtained a master's and PhD degree from the same department in 1993 and 1999 respectively. He joined FUNAB in 1993 as an assistant lecturer, rising to the rank of Professor of Food Science and Technology in 2008. He presented his inaugural lecture in 2015 and was appointed Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development of the same university in 2017. He won the 2008 Consultative Group of International Global Research Award, Regional Technology Development in Sub-Saharan Africa. He has over 27 years experience in research, consultancy, and collaborative work as a post-harvest expert on tropical root crops, mostly implanted by the International Institute of Tropical Root Crops and Natural Resources Institute, UK. He is a project leader to multi-million-dollar EU-AIDS Foundation-sponsored project since 2008. He served as a sub person for World Bank upscaling of flash drying experience in West Africa. He was the principal investigator of Food Developers Initiative and Food Science and Nutrition Network, sponsored by Association of African Universities. He is the Vice Chair and President Chair of that I present Professor Latif Olatimegi Sani to be inducted as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science by the President.
I, Latif Olatimegi Sani, hereby solemnly promise to promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the academy according to its statutes and bylaws.
Yeah. Professor Latif Sani, by the power conferred on me, I hereby formally admit you as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Congratulations. And as a kind of that, I present to you the plaque commemorating this induction today.
Professor Babafemi Olakodu Taiwo is not available to be inducted today. So we'll move on to the next inductees.
Thank you. Professor Taiwo is in New York, it's unavailable. And as I said, in the US, it's unavailable. Good.
Last but not the least, Mr. President, I present to you Professor Augustine Anyabuna Ubat. Professor Augustine Ubat studied physics at University of Nigeria, Nsukka, obtaining the BSc, MSc, and PhD degrees in 1981, 84, and 1991 respectively, with specialization in astrophysics. He kept service of University of Nigeria, Nsukka, as a lecturer 1 in 1991, and rose through the rank to the position of Professor of Physics in 1999. Professor Ubachukwu served the university in various capacities, including head of the Department of Physics and Astronomy, twice as head Department of Computer Science and Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies. He has made significant contributions in the area of radio astronomy and cosmology, and developed an analytical model for the cosmological evolution of linear sizes of radio sources. He successfully provided a simple mathematical formalism that gave a quantitative resolution to the amount and nature of cosmological evolution occurring in radio source population. His extensive research work has resulted in the reconstruction and reconciliation of the available radio source data, which explain the plethora and contradictory results in the literature for radio galaxy unification skills. Together with his PhD student, Dr. J.C. Ezeoku, he also successfully developed a dynamical model for the evolution of compact spectrum sources using a semi-empirical relationship between their spectral turnover and the linear size to show that these sources residue in high density environment. Professor Ubachukwu was for many years a regular associate of adult of Nigeria. Sir, President, sir, with this achievement, I present the Professor Bach to be inducted as a fellow of the Academy.
I, Professor Augustine Ayebna Obadu, hereby solemnly promise to promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the Academy according to its statutes and bylaws. By the power conferred on me, I formally admit you, Professor Augustine Obadu, as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Sciences. Congratulations. And talking of that, today, get your plaque commemorating this event. Yeah, just as they say, everything that has a beginning has to have an ending. We have inducted those who are available. One person is unavailable, it's not unusual. We'll be carried over to some other time, subject to our laws and regulations. He's far away and even couldn't join virtually, has the opportunity. And just before we round up, as I said sometime, because this is a unique occasion, because something momentous is happening in the country, especially about science, especially about research and development, I thought it would be important to give just 2 or 3 minutes to one of our fellows who, because of the kind of thing going on, which some may know here and there, who do know, and some may not, he will just make some remarks and take his seat. It's my privilege to call on the Executive Secretary of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro, FAS, to step forward and say a few words.
The President of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Council members of this distinguished platform, former presidents here present, very distinguished guests invited, including a real one, the Governor of the State, His Excellency the Governor of Kwara State. The annual meeting of the Academy of Science is not an ordinary one. This is a platform that has some of the very best as achievers, intellectuals, and those that have made breakthroughs in science and technology across the disciplines in our own case in Nigeria and elsewhere across the world. Let me first recognize that we've just inducted new fellows. And it is jokingly said that in any collection there are exceptions. For me, we recognize very specially and congratulate our own Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, for this fellowship. It does not happen regularly. You will agree with me that the process of emergence of fellows is very, very methodic. Honorable Minister, we are very proud of you. Taking a look at your profile, but for me, particularly your achievements as the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, that I'm very proud of, and at TechFund, we are, and that's why we proceeded to sign an MOU in the relevant areas, extending the hands of fellowship from the education sector to the science and technology sector. Because there is need to ensure that there is partnership. And for the Academy of Science, there are three words that define the platform: science, technology, and development. For me at TechFund, the President made some comments moments ago. Let me conclude with this, that I am emotive in promoting the institutionalization of R&D in Nigeria. Some people say in the academic circle, I say no, in Nigeria. And that coincides with the objective of the academy. Whatever we are doing in science and technology, if it does not lead to development, overall development of our nation, then we're not advancing. It's for that I am proud to be part of the Academy of Science, and whatever we are doing, we are hoping. When I listed the leadership and remaining fellows of the Academy of Science in the TechFund Research and Development Standing Committee that was inaugurated on 24th of September, I want to recall a statement made by somebody that is instructive. The Director General of NTA sent me a text to congratulate me on the inauguration. And he said, afterwards I called him and he said, Prof, yesterday's event was a game changer for Nigeria. I just hope so. If we take it from there, I am very sure that it will make all the difference. Whatever we are doing, for us academics, if we never reach out to the industry, if we never reach out to the research institute, then we are clapping with one hand. Nigeria cannot advance if we do not institutionalize R&D. Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity. God bless you and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very
very much, Professor Bogoro, as Executive Secretary of that fund. Let me just clarify that I'm going to call on the past president of Kumala to a few words before the Honorable Minister. And after the Honorable Minister, then we can have the Executive Governor of Kwara State here, and he will not just say something. So he will be the person who will be like, after the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology. And I'm going to withdraw the time that I said, because to the minister, whatever he wants to say, he should say. Knowing that we want to release people, and the government, whatever he wants to say, he will say. But also, well, but before that, Vice President Okumala, please, you have the floor to say a few words before the microphone goes to the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Bonayan of FIS.
Mr. President, it's always a warm and delightful occasion to receive new fellows. And today, among the new fellows being received is the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology. And I'd like to say congratulations. You will be the 5th minister that will have been inducted into this Nigerian Academy of Science. Professor Momo was the first. He was inducted before he became the minister. Professor Naki, he was inducted before he became the minister. Professor Isang became a fellow of the academy after he became the minister. And Professor Kauji became the fellow of the academy after he became the minister. And your honorable self is now being elected as the chief minister under this academy, after you have the honorable minister. Of course, to become the honorable minister of the country, it's a laudable responsibility and supposed to translate what Professor Goro has just mentioned, to bring science and development for the use of mankind. Today, the whole country now knows that you are holding in your hand the entire fellowship of this academy, 249 plus 10, that's it, be around 259 now. The entire academy is now in the hand of the minister, who is charged with the responsibility of developing science and development for the good of all Nigerians. Every country is proud of its own academy, and those who have not had an academy are striving to do so. This academy has been established since 1997, and I just want to 1977. And I just wanted to say that as we hand ourselves over to you this morning, the entire academy, we want to implore you that we should remedy some major error that we need to work for this country. The bill for this academy had remained in the National Assembly between the President and the National Assembly in the last 10 years. This we should remedy, and I will implore you in your position, in your authority, and as a fellow of this academy, to make sure that it is in your time and within the earliest opportunity that this academy is built, is signed into law. US Academy is making waves because its government chartered the academy almost from the beginning. The Royal Society did, and so many academies, those who are much smaller than we are, got the academy chartered by that. So the earlier we have the imprint of this government with a bill run its own academy, an academy that it can call its own in the earlier better. I thought this is a little bit. I like to leave the Honorable Minister while handing over the entire academy for your use and for your the academy is made up of the cream of this country. And I am assuring you that you were not elected because you were a minister. You were elected in your own right and on merit. This is why this is how others are. So, and this is the type of academy that you have. And we continue to push for excellence. And the prize that we have just given today is that we model it along the same model of the Nobel Prize. It is instructive and useful to get the academic and to get the ministry to make an annual investment or token into that prize to carry the weight of the entire country. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'd like to thank our past president, Umala. Yes, we had a few ministers, there are not many, just very few, there were very few. Kalje is here, I recognize many here. Tona is song, and his present minister, so there are not really many. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and pleasure to call on the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, who today he's sitting with, he's wearing the same kind of thing I'm wearing. And so he's a fellow, it's one of us has said that he is the Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I just thought it would be good and proper to let him say whatever he wants to say on an occasion like this. Honorable Minister, step forward.
The presidents of this great academy, members of council, past presidents, the governor, His Excellency, the governor of Kwara State, the permanent secretary, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, very distinguished fellows, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to sorry, they said I should remove my mask. Well, we make these rules and we say when you are speaking, you should put your mask. But since this is the Academy of Science, I better obey. I would like, on behalf of the new fellows, to thank Mr. President, members of council, our past presidents, and all our fellows of the Nigerian Academy of Science for electing us, and today inducting us as fellows of the Nigerian Academy of Science. Yes, this event has come about 6 months later than it would have happened. This event should have taken place in May, but we are now in November. But Mr. President, you chose a very important date to do this. A day that is very significant, very unique to the world of science, because today is the World Science Day for Peace and Development. I don't know if you knew about that or it's just a coincidence, but we thank you that you chose a day that can never be forgotten for 10 of us to be inducted as fellows of this great academy. I want to assure you that we will keep to the oath that we took here. We have pledged to promote the ideals of the academy for the good of our great nation. But I think as the Minister of Science and Technology, I would like to assure you, and also the nation, that the future of science is very bright in Nigeria. I make this statement because your Federal Ministry of Science and Technology is working day and night to lay the solid foundation for Nigeria to occupy that place of prominence, to attain that level of greatness that Almighty God designed for us as a nation. And we know that this cannot be achieved without science, technology, and innovation. And this is why there are so many policies that have been put in place by the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. I'll just mention maybe 2 or 3 to give you the confidence that as we look to the future, we should look with great hope that Nigeria will surpass the achievements of so many countries that many nations have always been proud of. Because today, our country is working to ensure that our economy is no longer entirely dependent on raw materials. That our economy has to be dependent on knowledge that is innovation driven. The Federal Ministry of Science and Technology put in place the Science, Technology and Innovation Roadmap 2017 to 2030. And this roadmap is not just for the federal government. It's a roadmap that takes care of virtually all the MDAs, the federal government, at the state level, and the local government, and the private sector, giving assignments, to everybody. And it is hoped that as we implement this roadmap, definitely, Nigeria will now have an economy that is based on knowledge, so that we can use the knowledge which science gives to us, the knowledge science makes available to us, use that knowledge to convert the enormous raw material we have today, which we have been exporting to other nations, which other countries can to take, so that they can develop, so that we can use that knowledge, add value to these raw materials, convert them to the products that we now import from other countries, so that we will have enough to meet our needs and export the surplus. In the process, we will be in a position to create enough jobs for our people, because we are now the largest, we have the largest population in Africa, and about the 7th in the world, and we know that in the next 30 years, Nigeria's population will be about a third in the world if we keep growing the way we are doing. So this is the time to start preparing for the more mouths that we have to feed, the more housing that we have to build to make sure that every Nigerian has a place he can sleep at night, to make sure that we have enough clothing, to make sure nobody goes naked, and to grow enough food so that there won't be hunger in this nation. And above all, in line with what Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari has said, that in 10 years, that Nigeria should be able to move 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. It is only science that can help us to fight and defeat poverty. No other thing can do for us. So we want to assure you that all these efforts are being put in place. But it's also important for you, as you are about the best. There is no doubt about it. Every nation has within its Academy of Science the very best that they can produce. And we know that you are about the best. And we have been utilizing you. And we will do more in that regard. Because we believe you are an asset to the nation. And that you can contribute enormously in this journey. But there is just one or two areas that I would like to touch. Since Nigeria was created in 1914, and we got our independence in 1960, we have never tried to get our economy, to be globally competitive. But the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology is leading the nation in that direction by the national strategy on competitiveness in raw materials and product development, which the Federal Council signed, approved in 2017, and we are implementing it vigorously. By that very policy, we are driving our nation to be competitive. What that means is that whatever we do in Nigeria, we should be able, and we must, compete with the very best anywhere in the world, including whether it's in the United States of America, or in China, or in Europe. The journey has started. And finally, we have about 6 new policies, but I'll just talk about these 3. Finally, we have the Executive Order number 5, which many of you are familiar with, and many of you also helped in bringing that revolutionary executive order into place. By that order, we want to build enough capacity in Nigeria so that no person can come from any part of the world into Nigeria and be looking and look around and say, no, we don't have the manpower to execute a project in Nigeria. We need to go outside. We want to make sure that all our professionals, all our scientists, engineers, medical doctors, that all of them are engaged and utilized in implementing projects, contracts that are awarded by the federal government, by our state governments, by our local governments, to ensure that whatever resources we have, we can utilize them effectively in order to make Nigeria become that great nation that we all desire. So I really thank you so much, Mr. President of this great academy, for giving me the opportunity to just mention this. I know everybody is anxious to go away from here. Otherwise, I would have said more to you. But I also would like to mention that we are interested in making sure that the leading 5 academies that we have in the country can work together. When I visited Cuba, I found that this was the situation they have in Cuba. And it's a very good model. And I think that, yes, you can still have different academies, but there must be a way that you have to work together. Because we have seen that even these problems in science and technology will also need input from the humanities. We have said that. So the Academy, Nigerian Academy of Science, Academy of Engineering, Academy of Education, Academy of Social Sciences, Academy of Letters. If there is a way, and we will support you, we will give you that support and provide whatever resources that is needed to ensure that you can work closely. Because once you have that communication, it's going to help us in achieving all these things that I've mentioned for the good of our great nation. May God bless Nigeria. Yeah.
Finally, it's not always that we have a sitting governor raise our occasion. And he just came. So we would just like him to say, what have I played in his hand before we close the ceremony? And it's my special privilege to call on the executive governor of Kwara State. Please, sir, step forward.
Honorable Minister, Mr. President, Council members, top-level commissars, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first of all congratulate you, please. I'm glad to be here this morning. For me, the biggest takeaway is that this underscores the fact that subnational governments should invest heavily, directly the tertiary institutions, especially in the budget of in the season of budget in all states and the duration of course, and this is the right time to do so. But I'm glad to see that TechFund is here. I thank them for the work they've done in Kwara State. We have the best life research library in Nigeria. This important thing for state governments, for national governments, to look inward. In our state, we have institutions that have very good, serious research departments, which we are not having. We're looking at consultants, which would be Lagos and Abuja, instead of consultants to get the expertise we have within our community. For example, when the concept of COVID-19, I wanted to purchase hand sanitizers. And funds were being given to us. The first group was about 150 million naira for the ones we wanted. And we started the University of Ilorin to produce the same quantity for 30 million naira. When data institutions, when data specific areas of agriculture, the University of Ilorin has the best lead department in Nigeria, I must say. So we're trying to do a lot with that. Really, research is the future, and we will start research and expand it now. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
The President, Nigerian Academy of Science, past President of the Academy, distinguished the council members and fellows of the Academy of Science, all other courtesies duly extended. Well, there is a time to start and there is a time to end. and I believe we'll come to the end of this program. As alluded to by the Executive Secretary of the Academy, Dr. Jumanjo, earlier on, this is usually not the time that we induct new fellows, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have done this today. And at the same time, we have combined two things in one, that is induction of new fellows and the presentation of the NAS Gold Medal Award. And the lecture ably presented by Professor Olugbinga Bello of LAUTECH. Thank you for coming and thank you for that excellent delivery. The Minister of Science and Technology is here. I'm sure he has taken note of that. And some of those things will be actioned. Well, we want to thank and appreciate everybody for coming to grace this occasion. We'll be here since 9, and in a couple of minutes, we'll be out of this place. Once again, I would like to appreciate and recognize the Executive Governor of Kwara State for coming around to grace this occasion. His Excellency Malam Abdulrazak, you are welcome. And also Ewe Executive Secretary of Tech Fund, who is here as in his right as a fellow of the Academy and also as the Executive Secretary of Tech Fund. We are proud of the work that you are doing in that sector. You are welcome, Professor Bogoro. And I also like to appreciate and recognize the Permanent Secretary of FNST, Mr. Edek Aman. Also, thank you for coming. And of course, the Minister of the Science and Technology who spoke and is wearing the same gown we are wearing today is the President who says, so let me just re-echo that. We also appreciate you. That is Dr. Bonaya. We look forward to excellent cooperation and collaboration between the Academy and also your sector. And also, it's nice to appreciate the Secretariat, ably led by the Executive Secretary, Dr. Odubanjo, who have worked tirelessly to ensure that we have what we have done today. They've been here for about 2 days and even before. We appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen, as you go back to your various destination, we wish you safety and thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. So as we close, please, it still has to be quite orderly. We'll close also with the procession of fellows, starting with the high table. And I'll ask everybody to please stay standing right where you are when we go. Before I do that, I also just to appreciate and recognize that the Registrar of JAM is in here, Professor Ishakonoyeji. Thank you for coming. Okay, and we have lunch for fellows of the Academy and some refreshment in the hall for all the guests. There'll be lunch for fellows in the restaurant, but you need in time to get in there. And please, as the procession goes of fellows, please follow our staff at the back for a group photograph in front of the hotel. Thank you all very much. So everybody.
I really have to say this, just as we're talking about the things that Professor Bogoro in Bedford has been doing. I didn't know the Registrar of JAM was there. Believe me when I say JAM has been revolutionized since Professor Shakolede got there. It's not about the remittance to the federal government of Nigeria, which has not precedented because again, it's just about the innovations, the science he has put into stopping all the problems. You can't do about this unless somehow you are connected or you get to know. So, sir, we appreciate you. At all. This is your way you should have been so quiet. I didn't listen. Oh, yeah, you should have told me he was sitting behind you. And the visit of LAUTECH,
I know you're very proud of your staff. Why, who wouldn't be? So we've already thanked all of you. Excellence is a watchword. We can do it here in Nigeria.
We have a national anthem, yes. So can we all rise after the national anthem? Please stay right where you are and let the fellows go out in the procession. So the item leads the way, and as they pass it, the new fellows, they follow them, and those on the side will then also follow. Thank you.